My name is Tracy Staley, and if you haven't met me yet, I am your science coach. And today I'm going to be going over how to set up and use journals in your classroom. So if you look over here, I'm going to start with the materials you're going to need to set up your science journal. First, we're going to start with the science journal. Then we're going to have our rubric, success criteria, sentence starters, cite your evidence, and our I can statement. So let's get started by looking at our journal. The first thing that I did when I made this journal is I glued my rubric into the inside cover. This way they can refer to it as they're writing their questions. The other two pieces that I glued in, I actually did on the back cover. And those are, first of all, your sentence starters. The sentence starters are used to get kids going. Sometimes they have a hard time starting their writing, and it gives them a starting point. So I was surprised about, or I discovered, and it's a good way to get them started until they get a little bit more comfortable with journaling. These sentence starters are great in science, but they're also great in any of the other content area journals. Under that, I've got the provide evidence and cite your resources. Scientists are always giving credit where credit is due, and this is a way for students to include the credit and the resource where they found the information. For example, maybe they learned something from a hands-on exploration, a read aloud, their textbook, or a digital lesson. We want to get them used to including sources because this supports the Florida standards in ELA, in addition to giving credit to the sources. So I'm going to flip back to the beginning of my journal. I chose to put a label. Some teachers like to do this. Others like to let the students decorate it themselves. However you do this piece is up to you. The next page I left intentionally blank. A lot of teachers will use this as a table of contents. However, in the primary grade, if you find that this is something that's taking too much time, it's definitely a step that you can cut out to help save some of your precious science learning time. So after our table of contents, I have glued in success criteria. At the beginning of each module or workshop, students are going to have success criteria to glue into their journal. The success criteria came to you in a 3-wrap package. They're different colors for every grade level, which is the first grade version. So you have all of these already printed out for you. If you are for some reason missing those, please let me know and I will get those to you as possible. So move those to the side. Now, once you have glued in the first thing that you want the students to do is rate their level of knowledge. Either they need more time to learn or they've got it. So as a teacher, you're going to read aloud each I can statement and let the students rate themselves. Now, they're not rating themselves with a smiley face. They're actually putting in the date. The success criteria is something that's revisited throughout the workshop. I suggest doing it once at the beginning, again in the middle, and then at the end. So as you can see here at the beginning of this workshop, I rated myself as need more time in both of those I can statements. The next time we revisited the success criteria on September 2nd, I felt confident on the first one, but I still needed a little bit of time on the second one. Finally, at the end of the workshop, I was able to feel successful about the second I can statement. So remember, the students are putting in dates, not check marks or anything like that. So after you glue in your success criteria, the next step is going to be gluing in your I can statements. Now, these are not provided for you, but I went ahead and made copies for each of you so that you have them for your classes. So the students will glue in their I can statements. This particular workshop had 2 I can statements. So I put them each on separate pages, leaving 2 blank pages for the students to do their reflecting daily. Now, students are only going to reflect on the I can statement that relates to that day's instruction. So sometimes they may be writing to this I can statement, sometimes they may be writing to this I can statement. After the lesson, the students should find their last journal entry, skip a line, put the date, and then do their reflection. One way to help the kids keep their place is to use a sticky note as a tab. That way they're not skipping through 100 pages to get to their next journal entry, and they know exactly where to write and not wasting any of their paper. So for every entry, we want to make sure that the students are putting their date, including some of their resources, and also including science vocabulary. They should also be underlining their vocabulary words. While the students are doing their reflection, this is a great time for teachers to circulate and leave feedback. A good way to do that is to just do 3 or 4 feedbacks a day. That way you're not having to take home all the journals every single day. At the end of the workshop, the students are going to do the last piece, which is known as their final reflection. The final reflection is just that. It's their final thoughts about the entire module, what they have learned, things that they have discovered. Again, remind them to underline their vocabulary words and to use as much science vocabulary as possible. Once that final reflection is done, you're going to pass out the next module's success criteria, glue it in, and start all over again. Now, this was a very quick crash course in journaling. I am going to be providing some additional professional development on journaling, so if you're interested, let me know. I will let you know the dates as soon as I have them. Good luck and happy journaling!